Welcome back to the Operation Freedom YouTube channel. What we do here is shine the light of truth on the deep state. They hate that. We do it figuratively with our presentations. We do it literally with our sponsor's product, PatriotLegacy.com. PatriotLegacy.com, featured product of theirs, the Patriot Beacon. 6 overall lighting functions. In addition, solar powered, don't need batteries. You can charge your other devices like your phone from it. In addition, you got a compass, you got a window breaking hammer, and you got a seatbelt cutter. Plus, if those deep state dweebs get just a little bit too close to you, blast them with this. They're gone. Go to patrioticlegacy.com, patrioticlegacy.com. Get yourself, your kids, your grandkids, your car. Can carry it with you anytime. patrioticlegacy.com, the Patriot Beacon. Same individuals. And this hand-picked gossip blower was hand-picked by no other than John Brennan. And so it shouldn't surprise you that it recently was reported that, well, this gossip blower was not just a gossip blower, but he was doing the bidding and trying to protect other players in the deep state. John Solomon at The Hill reported on a meeting that occurred on January 19th, 2016, between Ukraine officials and Obama officials at the White House. I know. Rachel Maddow and Anderson Cooper and Judge Napolitano and all the dweebs that are owned by the deep state haven't spoken about this. But Solomon did. What did he say? What did he write? The other case raised at the January 19th, 2016 meeting, Teleshenkov said, from the Ukraine, involved Burisma Holdings, a Ukrainian energy company under investigation in Ukraine for improper foreign transfers of money. At the time, Burisma allegedly was paying then Vice President Joe Biden's son Hunter as both a board member and a consultant. More than $3 million flowed from Ukraine to an American firm tied to Hunter Biden in 2014 to 2015, bank records show. According to Teleshenko, U.S. officials told the Ukrainians they would prefer that Kiev drop the Burisma probe and allow the FBI to take it over. Let Jim Comey handle it. He'll be fine. The Ukrainians did not agree, but then Joe Biden pressured Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko to fire Ukraine's chief prosecutor in March of 2016. According to Stephen McIntyre, the demand that Ukrainian top prosecutor Viktor Shokin be fired as a condition for an IMF loan almost certainly originated with the Biden staff. Ready for this? The demand was first announced to Ukrainian prosecutors at that July 19, 2016 meeting with U.S. officials hosted by who? A guy by the name of Charmela. Yep. The gossip blower. Leaked bank records confirm Burisma Biden payments to Morgan Stanley account. Documents allegedly leaked by the Ukraine, this is from Zero Hedge, Ukrainian General Prosecutor's Office to CD Media have shed light on payments from Burisma Holdings to Rosemont Seneca Bohai LLC, controlled by Hunter Biden partner and fellow former Burisma board member Devin Archer. Archer was Yale roommates with John Kerry's stepson Chris Hines, the two of whom opened investment firm Rosemont Capital with Joe Biden's son Hunter. Rosemont Capital is the parent company of Rosemont Seneca Partners, LLC, the entity which received the Burisma payments and in turn aided Biden. The newly leaked records show 45 payments between November 2014 and November 2015, totaling $3.5 million, mostly in increments of $83,333.33. The payments correspond to Morgan Stanley bank records. And this past Sunday, I had investigative journalist Patrick Howley on the show. Patrick spoke about how Nancy Pelosi's son, Paul Pelosi, was involved in another Ukraine gas and oil company. In fact, Patrick stated, and he's shown, that Nancy Pelosi was actually featured in a promo video for that same company. The wrong person is being held up for impeachment. It should not be Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump is guilty of exposing this and much more. Yet this impeachment hoax goes on. Russian collusion hoax didn't pan out. The Ukraine hoax is not panning out. So now we're on to the impeachment hoax, where the president is not allowed to have his counsel present. That witnesses are interrupted, that witnesses are blocked from testifying, that the Republicans on the committee, who aren't part of the deep state, if you will, the Jim Jordans of the world, are not allowed to ask witnesses questions. It comes down at this point to the rule of law and due process. Very frustrating for all of us. What to do? How to handle it? We all think that the deep state wants us to think that we're one person and we can't make a difference. That it's beyond us, that it's too many people in power, that we can't get to them. That's what they want us to think. They want us to sit on the couch and watch Dancing with the Stars. They want us to sit on the couch and be fearful, because that's what the deep state does. It uses fear to oppress 320 million Americans who aren't part of the elite. I have to give a lot of credit to my listeners. Many of them have not sat on the couch, and they've decided to hold people's feet to the fire in Washington. I want to give you an example. A member of my listening audience, Chuck, wrote me this note. Hi, Dr. Janda. I'm a regular listener to your show and a subscriber. I wrote the letter below, but I'm having some issues emailing to some of the senators. I have sent the letter to Senator Graham. I thought you might have a suggestion, but thanks again, and I enjoy your work. Here is the letter he sent to a number of senators. I am concerned that with what Adam Schiff and others in the House are doing in their impeachment inquiry. It is evident that they have abandoned due process. Their faux inquiry is not only an assault on our constitutional right of due process, but is evidence that their intentions are subversive to the very core of the rights of our founding fathers intended to protect. What is very disturbing is the Senate, which currently has a Republican majority, and stated that if the House votes to impeach President Trump, it will follow the traditional process of a Senate hearing presided over by Supreme Court Justice Roberts. Why would the Senate entertain following precedent when the basis for the impeachment process concocted by Adam Schiff and other House Democrats is not only partisan, but more importantly, violates the foundation principles of our country, that every citizen has the right to due process? I am writing to you along with Senate Majority Leader McConnell, Senator Grassley, Senator Cruz, and Senator Paul in a plea that the Senate majority reassess their decision to hold a hearing on a process the Democrats have concocted which violates the very fabric of our republic. Instead, the Senate should rebuke the unconstitutional inquiry for the partisan process they developed to subvert due process. Please do not dignify this burning of our Constitution by having a hearing. fight the issue in court. I believe dignifying the impeachment process would be enabling their actions. I strongly believe that a Senate hearing on this matter would effectively provide legitimacy to an illegitimate proceeding and effectively supports the abolishment of due process. Worst of all, acknowledging an illegitimate process would provide precedent in the future for those who would attack the foundations of our Constitution by conjuring methods to circumvent our Constitution and the Bill of Rights. It is imperative that all Republican members of the Senate and hopefully other members of the Senate respond to this critical crossroad by standing up for due process, by strongly rebuking the House impeachment initiative that they have manufactured and are implementing. The Democratic strong-arm tactic being employed, in my opinion, represents an attempt to challenge and overturn a core right of the Founding Fathers structured. As our elected leaders, I would hope that you would be as enraged as I am about what the Democrats are attempting. I am a retired independent conservative who owned an independent wealth management practice that is appealing to your patriotism to strongly rebuke the attempted subversion of our right to due process that the Democratic House is vigorously pursuing. Please do not give their actions any legitimacy. It is time for action, not debate. Thanks for the opportunity to express my First Amendment right. I appeal to your love of our country as our founders intended and fought for, along with millions of others over the years. Evil flourishes when good men or people do nothing. Respectfully, Chuck. What Chuck did is what each and every one of us should do. We should call our members of Congress in the House and the Senate. Say, stop this. There is so much going on in the world, so much going on in our country that needs to be addressed. Whether it's the border issue, whether it's the fentanyl issue, the opioid issue, homelessness, the economy, healthcare, so much. Yet, they keep focusing on this goat rodeo as a means to divide and conquer. See, that's what the deep state does, as we've outlined before. Their role is to divide and conquer us. Right, left, white, black, male, female. I go back to 1988 when I first went to Washington to work on healthcare policy. A member of the Reagan administration took us, the new people that had arrived, into a room. It's one of those presentations you never forget. And in essence, it was boiled down to this. You are here to work on policy to help President Reagan and our country. Do not focus or put any attention on the right-left axis. That is theater. It is meant to divide and conquer. Focus on the up-down axis, up being freedom and down being oppression. The policies initiated should all focus on enhancing the freedom of every American on every plane. And it should target to take down those that try to oppress every American and their freedoms. The individuals didn't say deep state, globalist, syndicate, New World Order crowd, but over the years, that's what I've come to find that they were actually addressing. That there is a group of deep state players whose intention is to strip every American of their liberty and of their freedom. And one of the ways in which they do that is shred the Constitution. to shred due process. We can't rely on one senator or one man or one woman in government. It's about you and me and everyone we know. We need to let those in Washington know. We know. And we're watching you. And you better do the right thing. Because there are millions of us. And we got your number. I hope you'll join us, the radio show Dave Janda, or Operation Freedom, every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern. You can stream it live. Go to davejanda.com. Hit the listen button right in the middle of the home page, right toward the top. It'll take you to Wham's stream site, Wham Talk 1600 stream site. Hit the play button. You're on. Great analysis, great guests. In addition, I hope you'll join our Freedom family at davejanda.com and become a subscriber to our platform with the extra shows, the WTF show, the Insider Insight show, our healthcare series, our healthcare policy series, our contributing editor section, our Department of Advanced Research show, all of our archives. I guarantee it's information you'll never get from the bought-off lamestream fake media. Until next time, this is Dave Janda signing off. Thank you for your time. Dream big and dare to fail.